Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on orders over $10. From June 4th through July 3rd, 2020, if you use this promo code, you will automatically be entered into a drawing to win a draft booster box of Core Set 2021. Also, there is another way to enter where no purchase is necessary. See the link in the description below for full details. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to another edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. And as always, we have a lot to talk about this week. Many cards are going up in value, although the secondary market is slowing down a little bit if you compare this week to last week. But there are still a lot of cards moving due to the previews we saw recently from Jumpstart and Core Set 2021. We'll dig into all of that in the video. Quickly before we get started though, just a fast reminder, if you go over to FlipsideGaming.com, you can use the Heroes promo code to save 10% on orders over $10. Currently, they do have double masters now open for pre-order. You can pick up booster boxes or VIP packs. And if you pick up a booster box after you use that promo code HEROES, it actually comes to $297, and shipping is included in the United States. Thought that was a pretty good deal. I just wanted to pass that along to you. And of course, whenever you use the promo code, it does support the channel, which is always appreciated. So thank you. And without any further ado, let's get into it. We're going to begin, as we always do, with Standard and your top 6 Standard legal cards that have lost value this week. And Standard is still in a really weird place. We're between seasons. Not a lot of people are actually playing in paper. Maybe they hope to before the season's over. Also, too, this is the last time we're getting a Standard set added to the environment without a rotation occurring. When that happens, that means players have access to a very large amount of cards for Standard, and usually you don't see sweeping changes in the metagame, more like tweaks here or there. So let's see what's going on this week. Number 6 is Blood Crypt, the one from Ravnica Allegiance, going down 51 cents to $15.34, but there is another copy of this card that's going up. We'll see in a few moments. Now, this has been in some big mana bases recently, things like Jund and Rakdos Sacrifice. No reason to believe those decks are going to go away next season. And of course, like all Shocklands, this also sees play in Pioneer and Modern builds too. Number 5 is Chromatic Lantern from Guilds of Ravnica, down 56 cents to $7.89. So this card was going up a little bit recently. It's retracting this week. Not seeing a lot of Standard play right now or anything like that, but it is a huge Commander card. Number 4 is Luca, Copper Code Outcast, down 63 cents to $8.87, and this card was gaining a lot of value, a lot of momentum until Agent of Treachery was banned in Standard not too long ago. Without Agent of Treachery there, this card loses a lot of power and also has lost a lot of value. I do think it's going to lose more value unless something changes pretty dramatically into the next season, but it does see play in other places like Pioneer Super Friends decks. Number 3 is Breeding Pool from Gatecrash, down 69 cents to $25.04, but there's another version of this card actually going up in value, which we're going to see a little bit later. So last season, this was in some big decks like Bant Ramp, Thiemo Reclamation, and more. And I do think going into this next season, those decks could still stick around, but also in some cases, maybe they get better, especially those ramp decks like Bant Ramp. There's a good chance that Ugin could make that deck stronger. Number 2 is Hydroid Crisis, down 76 cents to $19.27. Another expensive card here, going down a little bit this week, but I do think this one has some potential into next season. Last season, we saw this in Sultai and Bant Ramp decks, and like I said, with Ugin, some of those ramp decks could get better. Also, in Commander, this has seen more play recently in builds like Zixara the Exemplary and Kinnan Bonder Prodigy. Number 1 is Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger, another expensive card, stabilizing down. It goes down 99 cents to $18. And this actually saw a fair amount of play last season in Rakdos Sacrifice. Again, that could carry over into this season to some degree. This does see Modern and Commander play too. All right, let's move on to cards going up in value. Your top 12 Standard legal cards that have gained value this week. Number 12 is a card that could be moving a little more because of Commander in the Standard. It's got Eternal Oketra going up 26 cents to $7.40. Not a huge jump here, but percentage-wise, it is notable. Frequently, you'll find this in Chulainn Teller of Tales builds, and it's a popular commander on its own, too. Number 11 is Sacred Foundry from Ravnica City of Guilds. It goes up 31 cents to $16.53. Last season, we saw this in Jeskai Cycling, Winota Midrange, and more. Number 10 is Vampire of the Dire Moon. It goes up 33 cents to $1.59. Again, percentage-wise, that is very notable. So why is this one going up? Well, it could see some more Standard play perhaps next season. There are some more Vampire cards coming that could support this. Cards like Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, and Indulging Patrician, for example. But also, don't forget about Commander. The card already sees play in Edgar Markov builds, and I'm already seeing a lot of early veto deck lists that run this card, so keep an eye on that for the future. Number 9 is Unbreakable Formation, another pretty notable percentage jump, going up 34 cents to 234. So this card could see some standard play next season. I wouldn't be surprised. It's a very solid card. However, I think what's pushing it currently is Commander again. This has seen increased play recently in Winona Joiner Forces builds as well as Heliod Sun Crown builds. Number 8, another solid Commander card here, Divine Visitation. And yeah, the trend continues. If you've been watching the Market Watch, you know that Commander has been driving prices more than anything else recently. You're going to see more of that in this video as well. But this goes up 35 cents this week to $14.95. And this has seen increased play in Commander recently in Gavi Nest Warden builds. Number 7 is a different copy of Chromatic Lantern, the one from Return to Ravnica. This one's going up 36 cents to $8.32. Number 6 is Steam Vents, the original copy from Guild Pact. It goes up 55 cents to $21.36. Now, not too long ago, there's one copy of the Guilds of Ravnica version of this card in the 2020 Challenger deck Allied Fires. That did result in this card going down in value a little bit. Now it is bouncing back as the market is starting to absorb those copies a little bit. When it comes to standard play last season, you could find this in Temur Reclamation and more. Number 5 is Woodland Mystic, up 66 cents to $4.32. So this card's kind of unique. You can get one copy in the green Corset 2020 Welcome deck, but that is it. You can't get this in booster packs. It's never been printed anywhere else either. Number 4 is Temple Garden from Ravnica City of Guilds. It goes up 71 cents to $16.99. Last season, you found this in decks like Ban Ramp and Ban Flash. Number 3 is Persistent Petitioners, going up $1.06 to $2.75 this week, and that is because of a new card from Jumpstart. That card is Bruvak, the Grandiloquent, and not only is it a legendary creature for a mill build in Commander, but it's also an advisor. We'll round things out with 2 more shock lands, and here's what I was teasing earlier. Breeding Pool from Dissension comes in at number 2. It goes up $1.09 to $33.72. And number 1 is another card we've already talked about. Blood Crypt goes up $1.74 to $25.74. This is the one from Dissension. Okay, on to Pioneer. In your top 7 Pioneer legal cards that have lost value this week. Coming in at number 7 is a fan favorite card, Walking Ballista. Sees a ton of play. It goes down 90 cents to $28.23. So in Pioneer, this is in Mono White Devotion, Saltai Delirium, Mono Green Midrange, and more. Modern, you'll find this in Tron builds and more there. It sees Legacy play. It sees Vintage play. It sees lots of Commander play. It's even seen more Commander play recently with Zigzar the Exemplary and Kinnenbonder Prodigy being around. But this card is being reprinted in the Can You Feel with a Heart of Steel Secret Lair. Number 6 is Cyclonic Rift from Commander 2014. It goes down 94 cents to $38.37. This is just some retraction based on some recent spiking. And this does see a little modern play, sometimes in Mono Blue Tron, but as you know, it's a huge Commander card. Number 5 is Liliana of the Dark Realms from Magic 2013. It goes down $1.12 to $13.71, but there is another copy going up in value, which we're going to see later. And that doesn't surprise me too much. I have noticed a lot of Commander players trying to build around Kokusho ever since the rules change, and this card does work well in those builds. Number 4 is Emrakul, the Promised End. It goes down $1.34 to $38.64, and I think this is just a retraction normalization week for this card. It has been going up in value quite a bit recently, and you do see this in Saltai Delirium and more in the format. Also sees Legacy, Vintage, and Commander play too. Number 3, Nicol Bolas, the Ravager, goes down $1.77 to $25.22 after a little bit of a spike last week. So again, you're just seeing some normalization here. This card hasn't seen a whole lot of Pioneer play recently, but it does continue to see a fair amount of Commander play. Many times you'll find this in the Dragon builds, and of course that card was reprinted not too long ago, but this is also, again, a very popular Commander on its own. Number 2, Ugin the Spirit Dragon from Fate Reforged, down $1.86 to $45.99. You'll find this in Lotus Breach builds and Modern. It's in Tron builds. It's a huge Commander card, but it is getting reprinted in Core Set 2021. And like I said earlier, it does look like it's showing up in some early standard builds like Ramp. Number 1 is Rise of the Dark Realms, down $3.12 to $25.44 from Magic 2014. And this is a solid Commander card, but it did get a reprint in Jumpstart. All right, let's move on to your top 6 Pioneer legal cards that have gained value this week. And again, for the most part, these are Commander cards. Number 6, Gishath Sun's Avatar, up $1.37 to $14.49. Very popular Dino Commander. Number 5 is Archangel of Tides, up $1.45 to $13.79. And you're going to notice a lot of angels are going up on this list today. And again, it's tied in more with Commander than anything, but because of some key reprints, the angel builds are getting a little cheaper. So for example, Kalia of the Vast is being reprinted in Double Masters. Ever since we got that news, those cards have been going down. We also now know that Linvala, Keeper of Silence, is being reprinted in Jumpstart. Baneslayer Angel is being reprinted in Core Set 2021. And there's even some new cards that could complement these decks, maybe even make them a little better. Things like Speaker of the Heavens, for example. Number 4, another angel with Archangel of Thune, Magic 2014 up $1.44 to $25.83, Iconic Masters up $1.49 to $25.72. So aside from what I just said about angels, this card has also been seeing some increased Commander play in Heliod Sun Crown builds too. Number 3 is Wastes, up $1.50 to $4.88, but it is only the copy you see on the screen right here, not the full art copies. This particular version of the card can only be found in a couple of the intro decks from Oath of the Gatewatch, Twisted Reality and Vicious Cycle. Because of that, this card is drying up in the marketplace. It is getting harder and harder to find in good condition. Now when it comes to gameplay, you'll find this in Modern Eldrazi Tron, also in Commander Kozilek builds and more. Number 2 is Resplendent Angel, another angel, also another card you'll find in Heliod Sun Crown builds. It goes up $2.38 to $15.41. Number 1 is Waste Not, Commander 2016 up $2 to $11.96, Magic 2015 up $3.49 to $13.07. So this has seen some increased Commander play in Kroxa builds recently, but that's not why it's moving up this much right now. The reason we're seeing this jump is because of a new card from Jumpstart, and that is Tiny Bones Trinket Thief. Many Commander players are excited about building around this card. Waste Not's going to fit perfectly into those builds. And this is not the last time we're going to be talking about Tiny Bones in this video. Okay, on to Modern with your top 5 Modern legal cards that have lost value this week. Coming in at number 5 is Sword of Fire and Ice from Modern Masters. It goes down $3.44 to $79.99. This does see a little Modern play, sometimes with Stoneforge Mystic. Not as much as it was seeing a number of months ago, though. Still sees a fair amount of Legacy play in Death and Taxes and other places, though. Number 4 is Zeus Lost But Seeking from Masters 25, goes down $3.74 to $19.50, and this does see Modern play in Amulet Titan builds. It's a good Commander card, but it is being reprinted in Core Set 2021. Number 3 is Vidalcan Orrery from 5th Dawn, going down $3.92 to $40, and this is a card that's been rising steadily for a while, so not too surprised to see some normalization. Also, this could be an indication that sellers are coming back to the online marketplace and bringing more inventory. Ultimately, though, this is a fantastic Commander card played in many builds. Number 2, Exquisite Blood, down $6.04 to $36.65, another very popular Commander card, combos with Sanguine Bond, but it is being reprinted in Jumpstart. Number 1 is Crater Hoof Behemoth. Modern Masters 2017 goes down $4.37 to $51.65. Avacyn Restored goes down $6.68 this week to $51.47. This is popular in those big mana builds in Commander. Sees more play now, even with Z-Riz the Writhing Storm and Kinnan Bonder Prodigy around. Also, remember, Riz the Redeemed was reprinted in Mystery Boosters, and these two cards play well together in Commander. This also shows up in Legacy Elves builds. But again, the reason you're seeing this drop isn't because of gameplay. It's because this is being reprinted in Jumpstart too. Alright, let's look at the top 7 Modern legal cards that have gained value this week. Number 7, surprise, surprise, is a Commander card. It's Rings of Bright Hearth from Lorwyn. It goes up $3.54 to $53.83. This is highly played in the Commander format. Great combo enabler. Recently, this has seen a lot of play with Dockside Extortionist. Number 6 is Seedborn Muse, the original copy from Legions. It goes up $3.56 this week to $20. And this is another card that has seen a lot more play recently in Commander. It's in Kinnan Bonder Prodigy builds, Kalamax the Stormsire builds, Xar the Exemplary decks, and also, too, this was mentioned this week on the Command Zone podcast, which could have brought a little more attention to it as well. Number 5 is Sliver Legion, up $4.06 to $117.35. This card keeps going up. Commander Sliver decks have been popular ever since the reprinting of a couple key cards, Sliver Hivelord and Sliver Overlord. Number 4 is City of Brass. This actually does see Modern play. How about that? 7th edition goes up $2.96 to $23.99. Modern Masters up $4.32 to $24 this week. You'll find this in Modern Ad Nauseam builds, also in Legacy Dredge, and yes, it's also a big Commander mana-based card as well. Number 3 is Heartwood Storyteller, a card that's getting harder and harder to find in good condition. It goes up $4.50 to $12.99, and it has seen increased Commander play in Z-Riz the Writhing Storm builds. Number 2, another card that does see modern play. It's Cavern of Souls. Modern Masters 2017 goes up $1.64 to $68.47. Avacyn Restored goes up $6.62 this week to $71.18. You'll find this one in Eldrazi Tron, Amulet Titan, Humans, and you're also going to find this in Legacy and Vintage builds sometimes too. Beyond that, this is a good commander card as well for those tribal builds. Has seen increased play recently in Winona Joiner of Forces decks. And also remember, there are more tribal elements coming from Core Set 2021, as well as Jumpstart, of course, which could be pushing people to pick up this card. One example of that would be the Dog Tribe, which is a tribe now for the first time. Number 1, another angel. It's Gisela, Blade of Gold Knight. Many times you will find this in those Kalia builds. Avacyn Restored goes up $3.02 this week to $13.69. Commander 2015 goes up $7.85 to $17.99. All right, it is time for the Vintage Spotlight. This is where we talk about cards that see play in Legacy, Vintage, 93, 94, and I'm sure a few more cards that see play in Commander too. We'll begin with a dual land. This is Scrub Land from Revised on the reserve list. You'll see a few more Revised duels today too, but this one's going up $4.80 to $224.99. Bayou from Revised on the reserve list going up $4.80 to $322.38. Entomb from Odyssey up $4.84 to $23.49, and this does see Legacy play in Reanimator builds and occasionally other places too. It has seen increased Commander play as well in builds like Nethroi Apex of Death and Cathril Aspect Warper. Badlands, another Revised dual land on the reserve list, goes up $5.98 to $288.88. Natural Order, Eternal Masters up $1.22 to $21.31. Portal jumps up this week $9.80 to $29.99. This sees Legacy play in Elves builds and does see a fair amount of Commander play as well. Underground Sea from Revised on the reserve list up $10.42 this week to $5.10.42. Divine Intervention on the reserve list. This jumps up $11.73 to $76.48 this week. So keep an eye again on some of these older reserve list cards. They are on the move again. Here's another example of that with Lady of Angela from Legends. It goes up $13.21 to $75. Savannah from Revised on the reserve list going up $13.31 to $215.18 this week. Nullrod also on the reserve list up $13.45 to $59.99. This sees actually a fair amount of Vintage play, a little Legacy play too, and some Commander play. Bad Moon from Unlimited, and even though this is not on the reserve list, a lot of those Unlimited cards are getting hot again too. This one goes up $15.80 to $49.74. Mahamadi Jinn from Unlimited going up $16.37 to $109.99. Fork from Unlimited, now this is on the reserve list, but it did get printed one more time in Revised. It goes up $17.48 to $108.12. If Biff F. Freet, this one's an Arabian Nights reserve list card going up $18.52 to $126.95. Island of Wak Wak, another Arabian Nights reserve list card going up $39.23 to $165 this week. Back to Gold Legends from Legends. This is Gwendolyn de Corsai on the reserve list. It goes up $55.21 to $179.99. And finally for this section, one more Arabian Nights reserve list card. It's Pyramids going up $188.18 to $695.95. This card has been targeted for buyouts in the past. Maybe there's more of that going on here, but I think it's just overall dry in the marketplace, which is why you're seeing this kind of jump. All right, I hear you out there. Enough with the standard, modern, pioneer, vintage, legacy. You want to hear about Commander, right? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to the Commander Spotlight, where we're just going to talk about a whole bunch of Commander cards. There's a lot to talk about here. Not quite as many as last week, as things are starting to calm down a little bit, but there's still quite a few. I'm going to have to go quickly through these. I can't spend too much time, but I will hit you with the highlights and kind of speed round through them. So here we go. First, we have Cascade Bluffs from Eventide up $1.04 to $12.48. And actually keep an eye on these filter lands. They are heating up again. For the most part, they really only see play in Commander nowadays. And you're going to see a few more on the list today. Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, so this one does see modern play, but also has seen increased Commander play recently in Winona Joiner of Forces builds. This goes up $1.04 to $18.95. Earthcraft, this one is on the reserve list. It goes up $1.05 to $84. This does see a fair amount of Commander play. Many times you'll find this in Reese the Redeem builds, and like we have been saying, that card was reprinted in Mystery Boosters not long ago. Liliana of the Dark Realms, here's the other copy of that card. The Magic 2014 one goes up $1.06 to $15.50. Pact of Negation for Masters 25 goes up $1.06 to $35.70. This has been seeing a fair amount of play recently in competitive Commander decks. It does see modern play too, though. Okagachi Vengeful Kami. This goes up $1.07 to $7.56, only found in foil. Many times you'll find this in the Ur-Dragon builds, and of course that was recently reprinted in Kaleidoscope Killers. Also, this is a fairly popular commander on its own. Primordial Hydra from Magic 2012 up $1.07 to $23.74. A lot of Hydras have been going up in value recently as they are seeing play in those Exara the Exemplary builds. Lifeblood Hydra, here's another one. This one's from Commander 2014, going up $1.11 to $15.19. Morphic Pool, one of the Battle Bond multiplayer dual lands. It goes up $1.12 this week to $19.22. Earl the Miststalker, great commander, popular commander, one of my favorites. It goes up $1.17 to $11.99. Norwood Priestess, this sees a little commander play, but this week I think it's just drying up in the marketplace. It is from Portal Second Age. It goes up $1.18 to $36.84. Very popular rat commander, Maronar from Champions of Kamigawa, goes up $1.19 to $13.67, but this was recently reprinted twice in foil. You'll find a foil copy in WPN Mystery Boosters, as well as the Year of the Rat Secret Lair. Flooded Grove from Eventide, another filter land, goes up $1.19 to $16.74. Avenger of Zendikar, this is the one from Worldwake, it goes up $1.20 to $13.43. This is a highly played commander card in lands builds and other places too. Green Sun Zenith from Mirrodin Besieged up $1.20 to $16.25. This sees a lot of commander play, especially in those big mana decks. It has seen increased play with Kinnan-Bonder Prodigy and Zexara the Exemplary. Luminarch Ascension from Masters 25 goes up $1.22 to $8. This did get a Command Zone podcast mention this week, which could have brought some more attention to it, but it is a card played in Angel builds, which we know are getting hot. Demonic Tutor from Mystery Boosters. We talk about this every week, but those tutors are critical for the competitive commander builds. It goes up $1.23 to $36.07. Nature's Will. This is great in Agila builds. It goes up $1.24 to $19.81. Breya Ethereum Shaper, an extremely popular commander, only found in foil, going up $1.25 to $14.99. Noble Hierarch from Conflux, up $1.25 to $32.73. Sure, this sees modern play in like Humans, Devoted Devastation, and more. Sees Legacy play too, but this also sees a lot of commander play. Bloodchief Ascension. This has seen some more play since Kroxa came out, but this is also another card you might want to put in those Tiny Bones builds. This goes up $1.27 to $19. Cruel Tutor, another tutor, going up $1.31 to $47.59. Fetid Heath from Masters 25, another filter land, going up $1.32 to $11.33. Magus of the Moon from Future Sight goes up $1.33 to $22.49. This is seeing more play now in builds like Winona Joiner of Forces and Zerta the Dawnwaker. Also sees modern and legacy play too. Parallel Lives, up $1.35 to $24.99. This has seen more play in Xera's The Writhing Storm and Zexara the Exemplary builds, and I'm already seeing this show up in some Rin and Seri Inseparable lists as well. Underground River from 10th edition, keep an eye on these Ally Pain lands. They're beginning to move a little bit too. And again, like the filter lands, for the most part, they only see play in Commander. This goes up $1.36 to $8.24. Words of Waste. This one's moving because of Tiny Bones. It goes up $1.37 to $11.38. Platinum Angel for Magic 2011 up $1.41 to $8.49. There is some crossover appeal for this card beyond just being a solid card on its own. It is also an Angel. You could put it in one of these Angel builds. We have a new card coming from Core Set 2021 called Fiery Emancipation, which if you have this on the battlefield and you activate Heartless Hidetsuga, you can actually win the game as long as you have a way to keep yourself alive. Platinum Angel might be one of those ways. And if you're curious, Heartless Hidetsuga is coming up in a few minutes too. Twilight Mire from Eventide, another filter land, going up $1.44 to $13.91. Jin-Gitaxias Core Augur from Iconic Masters, up $1.47 to $18.89. This has seen more play in Kinnan builds. Wheel and Deal goes up $1.56 to $14.97, and this has seen more play in Xera's The Writhing Storm builds. Mana Echoes, with all the emphasis on tribal right now, no surprise to see this going up. This is great in tribal builds, including Slivers, and this also has seen more play in Xera's The Writhing Storm builds recently. This goes up $1.58 to $51.62. Balefire Dragon from Innistrad up $1.63 to $15.98. Another card you might want to play in a build with Fiery Emancipation. This is many times found in the Dragon builds as well, and also has seen more play with Obosh the Prey Piercer. Metalworker, this does see a little commander play. It is on the reserve list and it is drying up a little bit, and I think that's really why it's been moving up, but it goes up $1.67 to $66.89. Fauna Shaman, Magic 2011 up $1.37 to $13.75. Ultimate Masters goes up $1.68 to $14. This has seen increased play in Nethroi Apex of Death and Cathril Aspect Warper builds. Ancient Tomb from Ultimate Masters up $1.69 to $42.90. Highly played commander card, sees a lot of legacy and vintage play too. Mox Opal from Modern Masters 2015 up $1.73 to $56.95. This also sees a lot of competitive commander play in a number of different builds. Also sees legacy and vintage play too. Auntie's Hovel goes up $1.78 to $24.99, and we've been talking about some of the preview cards that are goblins that really have a lot of people brewing, not just Commander, but in some cases also Modern. Two examples of cards that are pushing this a little bit are Conspicuous Snoop and Muxus Goblin Grandy. Vorinclex Voice of Hunger from New Phyrexia. I love reading the comments in any episode where Vorinclex shows up, which feels like every episode nowadays. This goes up $1.82 to $36.98. Obviously, sees a lot of Commander play. It's good in those big mana builds, but it shows up in a lot of other places too. Gibbering Descent up $1.83 to $8.67. Another card that can fit into a Tiny Bones build. Winds of Change from Portal goes up $1.83 to $47.87. This particular version is getting hard to find in good condition. This has seen more play in builds like Zera's The Writhing Storm, Brawlin, and Shabraz. Also remember the Locust God was reprinted in Commander 2020 recently. Void Slime. This is the one from the Ravnica Allegiance Simic Guild kit, so a little bit harder to find. It does see some Commander play. It goes up $1.96 to $6.33. Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre from Modern Masters 2015 up $1.96 to $42.76, and this has seen increased play recently in Kinnan Bonder Prodigy builds. Goblin Sharpshooter from Onslaught up $1.98 to $9.39, so this did get a Command Zone mention this week, which could have brought some attention to it. However, this was recently reprinted in the Explosion Sound Secret Lair. Regardless, though, with all the focus right now on Goblins, it is going up in value. Grave Pact from 8th edition goes up $2.05 to $24.99. This has seen a lot of Commander play, especially in builds like Teysa Karlov, but this does get better with the new Death Trigger rule, and in particular, this might be good in some of those Kokusho builds. Here's the card we were talking about earlier, Heartless Hidex Suga. This is the one from Conspiracy. It goes up $2.10 to $4.99. Extra Planar Lens up $2.14 to $37.99. This is good with snow basic lands in Commander. And a week ago, this card did some work in a Golos build on Commander Versus, which I think brought a little attention to it too. Didgeridoo from Homelands on the reserve list. It goes up $2.29 to $11.93. Second week in a row that this card is on here. And of course, it is moving because of a Jumpstart card. That card is Sethron Herloon General. Toxic Deluge from Commander 2013. Highly played Commander card in multiple builds. It goes up $2.36 to $35.97. Kozilek Butcher of Truth, another Eldrazi Titan. This one is from Ultimate Masters. It goes up $2.46 to $51.99. Another Ally Painland with Adhikar Waste from 10th edition. It goes up $2.59 to $14.49. Ochroma's Memorial from Future Sight up $2.73 to $29.90. This is good in big mana decks like Kinnan Bonder Prodigy. Austere Command from Commander. Fantastic white card in the format. It goes up $2.77 to $23. Ink Eyes, Servant of Oni from Betrayers of Kamigawa up $3.03 to $21.69. So this was also reprinted in the Year of the Rat Secret Lair, but you do find this card not only in Rat builds, but also in Ninja builds, and Yuriko the Tiger's Shadow was reprinted in Mystery Boosters, so maybe that's why there's some additional attention on the card, even though there's more copies out there. Boseiju Who Shelters All from Champions of Kamigawa, it goes up $3.12 to $29.01, and this has seen increased Commander play in Calamax the Stormsire and Zexara the Exemplary. Bounty Hunter up $3.18 to $12.49, and this has seen more play in Commander with Chevelle Bane of Monsters. Replenish on the reserve list goes up $3.66 to $52.48. So many times you'll find this in some enchantment heavy Commander builds, but what's making this go up in value right now are some cards from Core Set 2021. And those cards are the Shrine Cycle that we mentioned last week as well. So they are having an influence on this card. Also, Replenish did get a Command Zone mention this week too, which could have brought even more attention to it. Temporal Manipulation. This sees some Commander play. This is the one from Portal Second Age. It goes up $3.69 to $34.99. Treachery on the reserve list and did get a Command Zone mention this week. Goes up $4.19 to $49.75. But the card was already pretty hot prior to that. It does see playing a lot of competitive Commander builds. Palancron, we talked about this one last week too. It's on the reserve list. It goes up $5.02 to $37.99, and it combos with a new card from Jumpstart. That card is Emil the Blessed. Goblin Recruiter, another card moving because of Conspicuous Snoop and Muxus Goblin Grandy. Visions goes up $1.20 to $8.48, 6th edition up $2.40 to $9.89, and Anthologies goes up $5.20 to $13.75. Another popular Commander here from the Commander release, it's Riku of Two Reflections. It goes up $5.20 to $36. Yavimaya Hollow on the reserve list. It goes up $5.61 to $51, and this does see some Commander play in a number of builds. Phyrexian Dreadnought from Mirage. This is on the reserve list, but it did get a reprinting as a Judge foil before they closed that loophole. it goes up 562 to 44.23. Many times you'll find this in Selvala Heart of the Wilds builds, for example, and of course that was just reprinted in mystery boosters. But this also combos with a card from Core Set 2021, and that card is Carrion Grub. Here's another tutor from Portal. It is Sylvan Tutor, going up 603 to 91.98. Academy Rector, another card being pushed by those shrines. This is on the reserve list. It goes up 764 to $55. Copy Artifact on the reserve list. Revised goes up 297 to 47.50. Unlimited goes up 880 to $144. Many times you'll find this in Urza Lord High Artificer builds. This is a good competitive commander card for sure. Sarah's Sanctum on the reserve list. Many times you'll find this in enchantment heavy builds, and of course there's more of those around ever since Theros Beyond Death came out. This goes up 1041 to 157.70. Tainted Pact is back, but Tainted Pact never left. It goes up 1075 to $81. This is a popular competitive commander card, has seen more play since Thassa's Oracle's been around, but this is good in food chain builds, and those have been pushed recently by Kazur and Okima. Wheel of Fortune on the reserve list, but there was a Judge Foil before they closed that loophole. Revised goes up $1.47 to $229.95, but Unlimited goes up $10.85 to $342.19. This is another card that just keeps reoccurring every week. It's seen a lot more commander play recently in builds like Xyra's the Writhing Storm, Gavi Nest Warden, Kalamex the Stormsire, Brawlin Sky Shark Rider, and Shabraz the Sky Shark. Also, again, remember the Lotus God reprint happened recently. Beyond that, this combos with Lion's Eye Diamond, Underworld Breach, and Thassa's Oracle. Plus, there's cards from Core Set 2021 that could push the strategies, at least of some of the builds this is in. Cards like Teferi's Angel's Insight and Liliana Waker of the Dead. Volrath's Stronghold on the reserve list, but this is jumping up quite a bit, 2273 to 82.49 this week. And this has always seen some commander play in various builds. But again, the reason this is moving as much as it is right now is Tiny Bones. This will be a good addition to those builds. Alright, that does it for this video. I am doing a test this week. I'm cutting out the Pauper and the Premium Spotlight just to kind of see what happens. The reason is these videos have been very long considering how many cards have been jumping in value. And I've noticed not many people make it all the way to the end of the video. So my assumption is there might not be a lot of interest in the Pauper or Premium sections. So I just want to see what happens if I exclude them. If they are portions that you really enjoy, definitely let me know. Or if you feel like, you know what, I can do without them, let me know that in the comments section. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Until next time though, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon and have a great day.